No one showed up for the Paralyzed CEO's birthday. Then a single dad shocked everyone. The grand ballroom overlooking the glittering skyline of New York City was dressed for a celebration that should have been unforgettable. Crystal chandeliers shimmered above elegant tables. A towering birthday cake stood proudly in the center, and dozens of empty chairs waited in perfect silence. At the head of the room sat Victoria Hayes, one of America's most respected CEOs, her wheelchair facing the untouched cake. Every passing minute felt heavier than the last. Her phone remained silent. No laughter echoed through the room. Not a single guest arrived. The woman who had once been surrounded by powerful executives, celebrities, and business partners had been abandoned on the one day she hoped someone would remember. But before the night ended, one unexpected visitor would walk through those doors and change not only her birthday, but her entire life forever. Before we continue, if you believe kindness still has the power to change lives, and that everyone deserves a second chance, please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone who believes in compassion, and subscribe to the channel for more emotional stories that restore faith in humanity. Only 2 years earlier, Victoria's life looked completely different. She had built Hayes Technologies from a small startup into one of the fastest-growing software companies in America. Her determination, intelligence, and fearless leadership inspired thousands of employees across the country. Every magazine wanted her on the cover. Every conference wanted her as the keynote speaker. She seemed unstoppable until one rainy evening, when a devastating highway accident changed everything. The crash damaged her spine beyond repair, leaving her permanently paralyzed from the waist down. Although she survived, the woman who had once commanded boardrooms suddenly found herself fighting battles no one could see. Recovery was far more painful than the surgeries. She watched trusted executives slowly distance themselves. Investors who once praised her leadership quietly questioned whether she could still lead. Friends stopped visiting as often. Invitations disappeared. Even some relatives seemed uncomfortable around her wheelchair, treating her with pity instead of respect. Victoria continued running her company with remarkable determination, refusing to surrender. But every success now came with loneliness she never expected. Her assistant, Rachel Morgan, had secretly organized the birthday celebration, hoping it would remind Victoria that people still cared. Hundreds of invitations had been sent. Influential business leaders confirmed they would attend. Former colleagues promised they would never miss it. Yet only hours before the party, excuses began arriving one after another. Flights were delayed. Meetings suddenly became urgent. Family emergencies appeared from nowhere. Some didn't even bother responding. Rachel tried desperately to hide the truth. But by the time evening arrived, it became painfully obvious. Nobody was coming. Victoria stared at the candle burning alone on the beautiful cake. She wasn't crying because people forgot her birthday. She was crying because the accident had revealed who truly remained when success, beauty, and power were stripped away. She wondered if her value had disappeared the moment she could no longer stand. Across the city, Michael Carter, a widowed construction worker raising his 8-year-old son Noah, was finishing a long shift. Life had never been easy since his wife passed away from cancer 3 years earlier. Every paycheck disappeared into rent, groceries, school supplies, and medical bills left behind. Yet despite carrying enormous burdens, Michael refused to let bitterness define him. He taught Noah that the richest people were not those with the biggest bank accounts, but those with the biggest hearts. That evening, while delivering construction documents to a nearby office building, Michael noticed several expensive gift baskets sitting beside a trash container. Curious, he asked a security guard what had happened. The guard explained that an important CEO's birthday party upstairs had completely fallen apart because every invited guest had canceled. The untouched gifts were being discarded since the event was effectively over. Michael looked toward the illuminated windows high above the city. He imagined someone sitting alone in a room prepared for hundreds of people. He remembered the first birthday, after losing his wife, when only he and Noah shared a small homemade cake because no one else came. He knew exactly how that silence felt. Instead of walking away, Michael picked up one of the abandoned flower arrangements that hadn't been damaged, bought a simple birthday card with a few dollars left in his wallet, and asked Noah if he wanted to do something unusual. Without hesitation, the young boy smiled and nodded. When they reached the ballroom, Rachel assumed they had entered by mistake. Michael politely explained that they weren't invited. They had simply heard someone was spending her birthday alone. Rachel stood speechless before finally leading them inside. Victoria looked up with confusion as a tired construction worker, and a shy little boy slowly approached her table. Michael handed her the flowers with an embarrassed smile, apologizing that they weren't new because he couldn't afford anything expensive. Noah carefully placed the handwritten birthday card beside the cake. Inside, he had written that nobody should ever celebrate a birthday alone, because birthdays remind people that their lives matter. For the first time that evening, Victoria smiled through her tears. What happened next surprised everyone present. Michael asked if they could sing Happy Birthday together, because 3 voices were better than one. Their simple song echoed through the enormous ballroom, filling every empty chair with warmth that expensive decorations never could. Victoria closed her eyes while blowing out the candle, realizing that complete strangers had shown her more love than many people she had known for decades. Instead of leaving, Michael and Noah stayed. They shared slices of cake, laughed over ordinary stories, and spent hours talking about life, grief, hope, and family. Michael never once asked about Victoria's wealth or business empire. Noah simply asked whether she liked chocolate frosting, and whether the city looked prettier at sunrise or sunset from her office. For one evening, Victoria wasn't a famous CEO. She was simply another human being who needed kindness. Over the following weeks, something remarkable happened. Victoria couldn't stop thinking about that unexpected birthday. She realized Michael possessed qualities impossible to buy: integrity, humility, loyalty, and compassion. Curious, she learned that despite years of hard work, Michael struggled financially because he kept refusing dishonest shortcuts that many co-workers accepted. His honesty had cost him promotions, but he never regretted choosing character over convenience. Victoria quietly invited him to interview for a facilities management position at Hayes Technologies. Michael almost declined, believing someone with his background couldn't possibly belong in a corporate environment. Victoria insisted she wasn't hiring a resume. She was hiring a man whose values had already impressed her more than any executive presentation ever could. Michael earned every opportunity through dedication. Employees quickly respected him because he treated everyone equally, from janitors to senior managers. Noah became a familiar face around the office after school, often helping organize charity events that Victoria began sponsoring across New York. Together, they launched programs supporting disabled professionals returning to work, widowed parents struggling financially, and children who had lost loved ones. News of these initiatives spread throughout the country. Ironically, many of the executives who skipped Victoria's birthday suddenly wanted to reconnect, hoping to benefit from the company's renewed public admiration. This time, Victoria recognized the difference between people who appeared during success and those who remained during pain. On her next birthday, the same ballroom looked completely different. Every seat was filled, but not with celebrities chasing publicity. Instead, teachers, firefighters, nurses, construction workers, disabled veterans, single parents, company employees, and children from local charities filled the room with genuine laughter. The celebration honored ordinary people, whose compassion made extraordinary differences every day. When Victoria looked across the crowd, she found Michael and Noah standing exactly where they had entered 1 year earlier. They hadn't come because of money, influence, or opportunity. They came because they considered her family. Victoria later announced that the greatest business lesson she had ever learned didn't come from an MBA program or billion-dollar contract. It came from one exhausted father who understood that showing up for someone when everyone else walks away is the rarest form of success. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to like this video, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Your support helps these meaningful stories reach more people who may need hope today. Special request, comment below with kindness. Always shows up if you believe one small act of compassion can completely change someone's life. As the lights dimmed and the final candles flickered, Victoria realized that birthdays are not measured by the number of guests who arrive or the price of the gifts they bring. They are measured by the hearts willing to stand beside you when life becomes difficult. The richest woman in the room wasn't the CEO with $1 billion company. It was the lonely woman who discovered that genuine love often arrives wearing worn-out work boots, holding the hand of a little boy with an enormous heart. And from that day forward, Victoria never feared empty chairs again, because she had finally found the family that chose her not for her success, but simply because she was worth loving.